Bank together.
As you're making your plans for Father's Day this Sunday, no doubt having some kind of a cookout or at least good food on the table will be part of the fun. So we have to head over and check in with Don Raines at Don's Meat Shop in Hickson, who says that things are looking good every day. Good to see you this morning, Don.
Good to see you, Julie.
When we chatted back in June, it was kind of or in May rather, it was kind of a different story. The meat shortage was going on. You were warning your customers that you were doing everything you could to hold those prices down, but you didn't have a lot of control really over what you were getting in. Things are looking better now.
Much better. You know, prices have topped out. It's as bad as it's going to get. Some prices have already started to drop, like briskets for Father's Day. I took a significant price decrease this week. And, you know, other prices are still kind of high, but, you know, you should be getting some relief in the very near future.
Well, I know that we're catching you before the shop is even open. So we're talking with Dawn at around 8:30 in the morning. The customers will be coming in soon. So your staff is still stocking the cabinets and the counters. But did you tell me you could kind of walk us over and show us this brisket?
Oh, yeah, sure.
We're going to put your videography skills to test. Can you walk and talk okay, Don?
Oh, yeah, I can.
So the brisket, where are you getting it, Don? Where does it come from?
You know, it comes out of the Midwest. These are Iowa beef processors. And, you know, in Packer briskets, I have quite a few prime right now. I have brisket flats, and hold on, I'll show you.
Okay.
You can see that big old pile of meat there.
Yeah.
And I've got quite a few of them.
So we were having a conversation with Steve Ray up at the Owl's Nest Barbecue yesterday, and he was talking about some grilling tips for your dad and fun things to give. A lot of people for Father's Day might be getting things like a big green egg or a smoker or something.
Sure.
So to get some brisket to go along with that would be fun.
Oh, absolutely. That or a pork butt, you know. And you know, pork prices have topped out, and they're starting to come down. I dropped my pork butt prices this week also.
Well, you know, so what do you think has been the key here, Don? Was there just a concern over the COVID outbreaks we had seen in some of the meatpacking plants? Had that been the problem before?
More than a concern. I mean, you know, they had outbreaks in plants, and they shut production down. Well, these plants are getting back up to speed, and production is coming back. There was always never a shortage of live animals. You know, the live animals, the inventory, the raw material was always there. It was a matter of labor production. And now production's coming back, so prices are adjusting where they should be.
So talk to people who have not ever been in your store before about what it is that you do to take the precautions, because this is a family-owned business. Your name is everything, so you're making sure that the meats you have stocked are the best you can provide.
I am. You know, the precautions we've taken, we've hung plexiglass along our cash registers and our service meat counters. I'm going to try to show you. It can be hard to see the plexiglass, but we put little colored tags on them where you can get a perspective of where they're at, because it's easy to run into them.
Okay.
I don't know if you can see where we've marked plexiglass or if you can tell, but we have plexiglass all along to protect the customers.
Right.
My employees too, as far as that goes.
And so with people, you know, it is a small store. It's not a huge space. So when you come in, that's part of what makes it so friendly, right? That people
Right.
can kind of mingle and get to know each other. I'm sure that we all have just gotten to the point where we socially distance by human nature now.
Right, and I have a limit to how many people that can come into the store. And when we hit that limit, we ask them to, you know, form a line outside. And let me tell you, most Saturdays I have a line to get in.
Well, I have some friends who live in Hickson, a couple of different ones, and they've commented to me before about how they can't get over your parking lot because they pass by and it's like an amusement park attraction or something. Everybody's in line waiting to come in.
It's been an interesting experience the last 3 months, Julie, to say the least.
So talk a little bit about Father's Day. You know, you are the man on the ground. You're seeing all this come in, and you're quite the cook yourself. So you have good ideas. You have the sides that go with things. If someone's unsure, what are some things you would recommend they do for Father's Day?
Well, you know, Dad's always liked steaks. You know, ribeye steaks are very popular. Our 14-ounce boneless ribeyes, that's a great size for a dad if you're not sure. And I'll have plenty of them. We'll be cutting ribeyes all weekend long. And if you're not a ribeye person, you want filet mignon, I've got plenty of that. And that's, that might be your favorite, Julie.
That and my 16-year-old daughter's favorite for sure. Talk about your hamburgers though, Don. Are you still doing the ones that you stuff with is it bacon and cheese?
Well, it's bacon.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Matter of fact, we're getting ready to make, about 100 pounds of them today.
What?
Oh, yeah. 6-ounce patties. It's our lean ground chuck mixed with bacon ground together. And that'll be happening in the very near future. And if you wanted to see the process, on my Facebook page, there's a video of us making bacon burgers.
Excellent. And I think that you've told me before that the ones that you sell pretty much stay true to size on the grill.
Absolutely. They don't shrink much at all. I mean, that's about a 5-inch diameter patty. It might pull in an 1/8 of an inch.
And is that because of the kind of meat you're using?
Pardon?
Is that because of the kind of meat you're using? Is that why?
It's because of the lean content. It's because, it's not just all fat that's going to go away. The bacon has a lean content also.
Okay.
So it's lean bacon that we're using.
And talk about that, Don, too. Talk about the bacon. I know in the past when you bring things into the studio, you told me that there's a lot of interest these days, especially among men, in the bacon that you sell. You'll have to elaborate, but I bet you know what I'm talking about.
Well, I do several different things. I've got 2 smoked bacons that I sell. I have a very thick applewood, and the men really like that thick applewood. There's only about maybe 10 slices to a pound, and that's thick for bacon. Then I also have a hickory smoke, but also I have pork bellies. A lot of guys like to make their own bacon.
That's it. That's what it is.
And so I have raw pork bellies, and right now I have 2 different kinds. I have skinless and skin on. If you're really old school and you want that rind, I've got that also.
So would you recommend that people, we've got about a minute left, Don, can they just come in and see what looks good, or if they have a specific item they want, can they call you and pay it over the phone and then they can come by and pick it up?
Yeah, if they're sure what they want, we're kind of relaxing that a little bit. We are doing orders over the phone now, and letting people pay over the phone. So yeah, they absolutely can do that. But I like them to come and get the experience, because you don't really get a true appreciation for what I got until you come in and walk my cases.
Well, I would encourage people to do that. And I'm telling you, if you have a dad who loves grilling out, or even just spending time in the kitchen at all, more men, I think, cook than we might realize, Don. It would be a great thing for you to go and treat your dad to something special.
Oh, Julie, I would say half my customers are men.
Yeah, I believe it. My husband does the cooking at my house.
Especially on Friday. Friday, all the contractors that knock off work maybe a little early, they're swinging by here and getting stuff for the weekend, I promise you.
Well, I thank you for your time this morning, Don, and that's good to know that people can come in and shop, or they can call you. The phone number in Hickson is 842-1256. Online is donsmeatshop.com. And if you want to try something new and go for that brisket this Father's Day, like he said, he's holding those prices pretty doggone low. We're back after this.
Yeah.
Joey